Hello and welcome to part 17 of our M3 Lee build. And this is the MiniArt tank that I've been working on for a long time. And like I say, we're up to part 17 now. So in the last part, we finally got some paint on there. We've got it looking really good. And now we need to do the tracks, the dreaded tracks. So I've got all the parts here, which is great. And I've got all these parts here which I haven't taken off yet, okay, but I will. All right, and we're going to do that right now. There's going to be a bit of a difference here, is that what I'm going to do is going by the instructions here, okay, and this is all you get. This is it for the tracks. So here it's saying there are 79, I think it is. Yeah, there's 79 track links, and that's for one side, the left side. The right side will have another 79 links. And what we're going to do is we're going to put these together. I'm going to show you how they go together. I'm going to learn myself as well. We'll put these on as well. We'll do it on this little tile here because you need a good flat surface to put these on. Now I know there are little tools you can get, and some kits include them. Unfortunately, MiniArt don't, that help you put these together. But I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. Now, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to finish the tracks. Okay, in this video, I'm just going to go through the process of how you get them started, because basically it's just a repetitive thing over and over again until you've got all the links done. Okay, and then it's just simply a matter of wrapping around the wheels on the tank and gluing the last two links together. All right, once you got them all in their right position. There will be a video showing the completed tank with the tracks on and with all the weathering of the tracks and the painting of the tracks, which is all going to be a different color. We're going to need a metal steel color. We're going to need to do them quite a bit differently to the rest of the tank. But this video will be just on these tracks, okay? And I will bring down the tank as well. We'll have a bit of a refresher of what it's looking like. But we're just going to show how to put these tanks together. The main reason is because I have another big project that I want to get started on. And I've been waiting a couple of months, a few months actually, to get started on it. And I want to start that series. So there won't be a part 18 to the tank build for a few months, okay? Personally, I need a change. I need to work on something different. This tank has been a bit of a struggle, and I've got so many distractions, and I want to get back to building things that I'm a bit more familiar with, and you'll just have to wait and see what it is. Most of you will probably already know if you watch my live stream, you know what's coming up. So there, all right? So anyway, let's get started on this. Don't forget, if you've got any comments below, let me know below. Put a comment there. That doesn't make sense, does it? If you want to make any comments, put them below. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Give us a thumbs up and like this if you like it. And all right, I'll start getting these in place and explaining how this goes together. All right, I'll be back in a second. Welcome back. So we've got some parts out here. Now the part numbers are all the same for these links. They're all part numbers 79, but there's a difference, all right? There are two different types. There's one that have an indentation, and there's one that have a little bit that sticks out. I hope you can see that. I'm going to bring the camera down a little bit closer so you can see a little bit better. Hang on a second. Okay, that's a bit better. All right, so you can see what I mean. There's two little indented bits. They go on the bottom, and they go together like that, and these pieces will go on top. But before those go on top, we have these, which I don't know the names, okay? You'll have to let me know in the comments what these parts are. But again, these are also the same part number, but they're all the same, okay? And there is a lot. Look, I've got a whole bag of these. There's hundreds. So first of all, let me take off one of these links. Okay. So take one off like that, one off like that. Now, my tip here, I can tell you already, is make sure you've got a good pair of nippers that cut up really close, all right? Because the last thing you want to have to do is be sanding these things. I mean, they barely fit in my fingers. You know, they're probably the size of about 2 mosquitoes, you know, mating, all right? So, yeah, tiny. Now, they've got 2 little protrusions, okay, as you would expect from mosquitoes mating. Well, not necessarily 2, but anyway, let's get back on the subject. So, going by the instructions, it looks like these are going to sit like this, okay? Just looking at, okay, so you leave the first one, it's going to sit there like that, okay? And that is not right. And the trouble is the surface is smooth here that I'm working on, that they move around. But you need to have a really flat surface to do this. Just try this again. Just let me get one link on, please. Could you imagine having to do this like 300 times? Yeah. Mind blogging. Okay. Let's try this. This is tedious, to say the least. Looking at it in the way that's supposed to sit on the edge there. It's going to go like that. No, I haven't even thought about gluing it yet. I mean, no. Okay, I've got another idea. Let me try something else. Let's put this down. Maybe this is going to stop them moving around as much. It's going to go there. Let's go like that. The other alternative is I can put them on blue tack. Then they're not going to move. Okay. Even if I'm hold them like that. Put that here, like this. Wow. Let me just check I'm doing this right. No, I'm not. Okay. You want it to be like that. Okay. So that wants to go. Those little prongs need to go in on those spots there. How frustrating is this? And you're just watching. There we go. All right. Aha. Wow. How much fun is this? Let me just, I was doing it wrong before, but now I've got them, these prongs have got to go. I can just hold this thing. There we go. Like that. There we go. One. How long did that take? It's not even done. Hang on. Let's not get too excited. We've got to put one on the other side yet. Now, of course, I'm not gluing this at the moment, as you can tell. You don't want to lose these either. I haven't counted them, but, you know, we'll know it. I'd hate to think there were no spares in case you lost one. So this one I'm sorry I'm off camera a bit, but there it is there. It's just going to sit. Oh, you know, you lose, what's the word for it? The dexterity in your fingers as you get older. It makes this a bit of a struggle. That's that. Right. Okay, so there's the two bits. Remember, they're called bits. All right, two of, yeah. Anyway, heaps. Now we need. We see, we almost lost one, didn't I? Hey, someone didn't tell me that it snuck over there. Keep an eye on it, guys. Keep an eye on things here. Now we've got to turn this up the other way so that the raised part will go into the other, into the hollow part. You know what I mean? Let me just turn this around a little bit carefully. All right. Okay. It's like surgery, isn't it? Here we go. Oh, look, we got one almost on. I'm going to hold that there. I'm going to put that back underneath. There and there. Okay. Good. And then this one is going to go on top of there. Should go on top of there. All right. Like that. Why isn't it fitting on there? Is it the wrong way around? It shouldn't be the wrong way around. That looks like it there. All right, let's have a look. No, it's not quite. That's it. There we go. Done. All right. What'd that take? That took about, sorry, microphone. That took about 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes times, how many are there? 280, 108, 816, 320 times 5. Let's just ask here. 320 times 5. My maths is terrible. Is 1,600. That's minutes. Right? So 1,600. 1,600 divided by 60. 26. 26. Look, basically, it's going to take a shitload of time. It's going to take for F and ever. All right? And my God, my eyesight, my fingers, I'm going to be trembling. Yeah. So my suggestion, if you want, there is the option to go out there and buy tracks, which are simple clip together metal ones. I think you can get other rubber ones as well. There are other options without having to go through all of this. Just letting you know that. All right. So once that's on like that, I'm guessing basically I'm just going to come along with my, well, what's going to be the best glue here? Where am I? I'm trying to find what glue I've got. It's going to have to be Mr. Cement. Yeah, that's my quick setting at the moment. So I'm just going to be able to just touch those on there and they'll be done. I guess that's right. It doesn't, the instructions aren't telling me if anything should or shouldn't be glued. you know. I just hope that it is sort of flexible in the end, even though it's been glued. Yeah, I'll do a little bit of research. Anyway, I'll be back. We'll try and we'll get this glued and then see about doing another link or two. There's two there, I think. Yeah. All right. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I'm back and I've a little bit of checking up, and it looks to me as though just the little raised section in between the tracks themselves, they're the parts you want to glue. You don't want to put glue on these, on the end pieces, because that's where you want that little bit of movement so that these things will bend, right? And they're not going to fall out this way, because I don't know if you could tell, but there's a little knob on the end of there, all right? So once they're in, they're not going to pull out, all right? That sounds terrible, but it's not what you're thinking, okay? So the idea is I think once you've got this going and then you just start adding to it, it'll be okay. And having it on a flat surface is good. So what I'll do is I will use this, okay, very, very carefully. Just make sure you've got a really fine brush. See the tip of that? That's all I want, just to be able to touch that in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be able to just lift one off carefully, like this. All right, so I'm going to touch that little bit in the center of there, put this back. I'm just doing a practice run. There we go. And that one will glue in, and that'll be fine. And then I'll do it to the next one. And then from the next one, it's basically just going to be, that's your top piece. Then you need a bottom piece, that one. So you're just going to put the next one beside it there. But there's a pin. So the pin's going between the joins. So before I glue this one down, because this is the first one, I think that's okay. And I've just noticed EH1. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just wondering how the last link's going to connect up if this is glued. How am I going to put the last link on? You know? I'll worry about that when I get to it. So I think that I need to put another pin on the other side of this before I put that one down. Okay? And then this will go in underneath where that pin will be, and we'll join the two. Yeah, I think that's it. So basically, from here on, all four of the links on either side, which are these pieces, right, have to be in place before we put that on. Okay, that makes sense? Okay. For example, this one here, I'll take this one off. Okay. I need to put the link in there and the link in there before I glue this one down. Okay. In fact, and I'm just sort of figuring this out as I go, I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to glue that one down at all. I'm going to leave this last one unglued, because having one there will hold those links in place. But I need that to be not glued, so that when I finish the end of the track and I roll it around, right, and we've got the last link to join back to the beginning, that piece will lift off, that I can lift that off and put and join them together. Right? That makes sense to me. Obviously, the instructions aren't clear about any of that whatsoever, but that's what we're going to do. All right. So let me cut another couple of these off. And don't forget, guys, if you're watching this and if you get a chance to subscribe, make sure you hit that notifications button so you get notified because not only have I got videos coming out, but every weekend I do a live stream. And if it's a suitable time for you, just check, you'll get notified when. And we talk about all sorts of stuff. Sometimes we don't even talk much about modeling, but there's a big regular group that come in there. They're all friendly bunch, and you're welcome to come in and say hello. All right, so let's do this one. Using this was good too. It just gave it a little bit more grip and stopped it sliding around. Now, what I'm thinking here is that which will go on top, this piece I need to put in place here. Okay, for that, both those prongs to sit on like that. There we go. See, that was easy. I'm sure I'm going to get better as I go. This process will become, well, it won't be easier as I go, but you'll get into a bit of a rhythm. I got that one on, but the other side fell off. You know, so let's just get that back again. Why is it sticking to my tweezers? The back. There we go. Oh gosh. It's just not right, is it, eh? Just doesn't want to work for me. All right, I think we got it there. So I'm going to take a chance now. Oh, come back. Make sure we've got the right piece. Yes, that's the one with the piece sticking out of it. Ah, I see. Now we're going to have to pick that up there like this. And place it in there. Oh, almost. That one's in. No. No, 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 no. There. I think we don't need to worry about that. There. Wow. I need like another pair of hands. All right. There. Okay. The reason I didn't put that one in is because once that's glued in, this goes underneath those two. I can just lift this whole piece up and sit it down onto that where those prongs are. All right. And then we'll work the next one. Wow. And that's amazing. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get myself another pair of tweezers. All right. Now, you've got these. If you're after a good set, I highly recommend the Icky Sticky. These beautiful tweezer packs. IckySticky.com for your modeling tools. Okay. So that one, I can just use that to hold this back. All right. Now, yeah, that looks okay. Now, what I need to do now is lift the top off, put the glue in now, get that out of the way, and then pop it down. Yeah. Have I got those facing the right way? Let me just check. Yeah, that's right. There's a, yeah, they can only go one way. So that's going to go like that. That's going to go in there like that. And I've got to be careful. I only want glue in there. So I just need a tiny bit. Like, that's it. That's all I need. Wish me luck, guys. No, that's not going to work. Glue dried before I got it on there. Now I've got to try and put these in. If you don't get it first go, Jesus. Try again. Now slide in. Oh. Doesn't matter if the link's moving around. That's a good thing because we don't want glue on the links. I'm just going to hold that and let that set. See, those prongs on the other side are in. And the next one, you just slide underneath. Right, let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's important that that glue's down. It's quick setting glue, so that should hold it all together. Remember, that part's not glued on, but those two are under there and those two links are under there. So now I should be able to lift this up. Carefully lift it up. Let me get this under here. No, see, it's not sticking. It didn't glue down, and look, the piece just fell out from underneath, didn't it? Wow. All right, that whole thing is just falling apart. I'm sorry, I got that off camera. There you go. There's my mess. There's my mess. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna keep working at it. I've got to get this started. Maybe it's the cement that's not good enough. Maybe I should be putting a dot of this in. But that should be welding it fine. Yeah, it should be. But I could always put a dot of this in there as well. I'm just concerned. I don't want to get glue all over it. Otherwise, it'd be simple. I just touch the glue in there and glue everything together. But if I glue everything together as we go, I'm going to end up with a solid track that just won't bend. It won't bend, will it? Yeah. All right. Well, guys, yeah, I'll work on this and I'll be back shortly, I hope. Okay, welcome back, everybody. So, I've made some progress. I'm embarrassed to say how long this has taken, but we've got two of the links on. All right, two of these flat bases are on. They're glued on. I've decided not to do this with this type of glue. Instead, I went with the contactor. Okay. It was much easier just because it takes longer to dry and you've got a bit more time to play around with trying to get those pieces in. So you put just one little spot in the center of, if you imagine that's the bottom piece there, one little spot in there, and just leave it, and then put the top on. Okay, so this would be the top piece. We'll turn that around. That would go on. So, okay, let's imagine these parts here are on there like that. Okay, so that's the next one ready to go there. All right. So what you do is you get your next two pieces and balance them there. It's impossible. You can't. Really, it's hard. So while you've got that like that, you put your spotted glue in the middle. Grab this, you pop that on the top, like slide it in, push it in, and there it is. Then you come along with your little outside prongs and slide them in while that's still not glued down. Slide them in each end and press and hold. That's how you do it. And you do that, how many times was it? A couple of 100 times, 300 times, something like that, all right? Using all these little pieces and, of course, all these. Okay, so there we go. Now, the important part of this is that you don't want to get these pieces, any glue on these pieces, all right? So this part here is not glued in, all right? So that'll come straight off, all right? We'll take that back off. Okay, that's coming off, and those will come off there, like that. All right, so there we go. So basically it's just moving on, but you don't want to get those little prongs there that sit in these spots, any glue on them, because they need to be able to move, so these tracks can be flexible and bend a little bit, all right? Otherwise you're going to have problems. So there it is. It's the definition of tedious, painfully tedious, to go along and do all of these. Okay, so just double checking these. Yeah, all right, so now I'm not going to do any more of this. This will be the end of the video here for this part of the build. I can't promise when the next one will come out. It may be a long time, so I'm going to go on to another build now and start continuing it. But keep an eye on the playlist, because when you see that final video pop up, number 18, that'll tell you that I've done all these tracks, I've painted them, done the weathering. We'll show all of that part once they're all together. But it's just going to take so long. I'm really, yeah, I need a change. I need a break. So guys, there you go. At least I've shown you there. That's how the tracks are done. You just progress along, keep going. There is a little jig or something you can get to help make this a bit easier, and it certainly would. This is the best thing I've come up with so far. It was the first one that was the hardest. The problem is that these top pieces here, they don't just sit down and sit in position, because the shape of these, they stick out, so they can't, it doesn't just drop down there. It's too tight a fit. You've got to slide them in, and it's frustrating. Anyway, enough about that. Thanks guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to watch my live stream on the weekends, and I'll see you all in the next build, which I'm really looking forward to. All right, thanks all. Comments are welcome below. Please subscribe. You can become a member as well. That'd be fantastic if you want to help contribute to the channel. And give us a thumbs up. All right, cheers guys, see you in the next one. Bye for now.